I just heard that June is Men's Mental Health Month, and I figured, well, I know a thing or two about that, so I guess I have to make a video. If you're new to my channel, in 2014, I had my keys in my hand and I was about to start my car in my garage when I was fortunate enough to be interrupted at the last second, otherwise I wouldn't be here. And in the last 9 years, I've dedicated my journey to healing, and I've learned a few things. And so, we're all on a different level as far as mental health goes, right? But in this video, I'm going to talk to the guys and even girls out there that are at the point where they're questioning if they can continue going on this journey of life. Now, if you're ready to throw your hands up in the air because you're just, sick and tired of being around yourself, that's the point I found myself in after being depressed for so long. I was like, hey, I can't even stand being around myself. Like, something's got to give here. There's got to be some change, right? If you're at that point in your life, you need to understand some things. First of all, you're telling yourself some lies that you're believing that are keeping you down. I felt trapped in every situation in my life. I felt as if I had become so mentally damaged that I was basically, it was impossible to heal the person I'd become. And so I was just like, well, what's the point of continuing, right? You have to be easier on yourself. You have to become more selfish if that means your lifelong friends are no longer going to where you're going, then they gotta disappear, right? In my healing journey, I had to cut off all my friends and basically didn't have time for new ones because I was so dedicated on healing that the only people I really interacted with for the first few years was like healers and shamans and energy workers, right? Because I was 100% dedicated to my path. Maybe you're working in a job that's killing your soul. That was the issue for me. 22 years at the same place in the steel industry. I had become accustomed to paychecks every week and just this certain way of life. But it wasn't until I realized that it was killing my soul, and I was at the point where I was like, I'd rather not live than continue to just do this day in and day out like a robot, right? So I quit that job 8 or 9 months ago, last October, whatever that is. And it's just been so freeing and healing. So you got to do what you got to do. If you've been depressed for a long time, there's a good chance that you're not eating the right foods, that you're undernourished. I look back on my healing journey and there were times where I completely ignored my diet. I make sure I get a nutritious meal in. I take like 12 vitamins. I make sure my body for the most part is well nourished, and I just notice taking things like lion's mane pills, like just the mental clarity that you get when you have the right nutrients in your body is undeniable. So if you've been stuck for a long time, you're ready to throw your hands up. You got to just completely change everything. Start becoming more active, get outside, be in nature, surround yourself with either positive people or be by yourself. Learn to be by yourself. I had to do that. Do what you got to do to, get yourself out of that situation, but just know that brighter days are ahead. That's all I got. Thanks for watching.